Hello everyone. I'm just gonna go ahead and make a video. Good little update, I guess. Currently, right now, I'm not a NEET. I recently got a job, literally just the other day. Today was my first day at work. Don't know if you can hear that helicopter. It's one of the reasons I'm trying to work right now, just so I can. God, that's loud. Save and get out of this crapper. And I'm in Florida, so I can only imagine how it is in. God, can you just get lost, please? Okay, hopefully it's done, but, I'm in Florida, so I can only imagine how it is in, crap Chicago and New York and stuff like that. And speaking of New York, I was going to talk about something real quick. Well, no, I think it's Chicago. I'll link the video, but basically I kind of had to come on here and talk about something. And that is the fact that this country is in massive trouble. This country is in massive trouble right now. This country is doomed unless, we go back to, the Wild West, in my opinion. And I'll tell you why. You're in a day and age where, essentially, a criminal is always going to have more rights than you. And the criminal knows that. You've got videos right now that are going viral of illegal immigrants coming over here and just saying, oh yeah, this is how you rob and this is how you do this stuff. You have people that are so brazenly going into these stores and just taking the phones and stuff like that in front of everybody, and everybody looks at them. And you always see these videos, because listen, I'm gonna link the short little video so you can see what I'm saying. And you could just look at the comments if you want. I stay away from comments, but I couldn't help but look at maybe 10 first 10. And it's all just about people just saying, oh, why isn't anyone doing anything? Why isn't anyone doing anything? And I'll tell you why. It's because this freaking economy, this freaking society, this so-called justice system that is an injustice system is just going around here, and they're essentially just punishing the people who will do something. If you're in New York, apparently, a squatter has rights to property more than the actual person with the freaking deed. I'm sure that you saw that video. If you care about stuff like this, right? Of that woman essentially going to jail over trying to evict squatters. I'm over here barely getting by and stuff like that, needing money so I can try and find a place of my own. And even then I'm probably gonna barely scrape by because rent's so goddamn expensive unless I have a roommate or somehow. And here's a squatter, they're not paying anything, and they just get it. This country is rewarding criminals and punishing the civilians and stuff like that, the good working civilians and stuff like that. And listen, don't get it twisted. I'm not really one that says that, you're a better person because you work or something like that, or pay taxes. I don't really believe that. I believe so long as you're, you're not causing freaking trouble, you're good, because because there's a lot wrong with this economy and stuff like that, so I'm not necessarily gonna, not just economy, but this culture, this society, and I could go on for hours about that, but I'm just trying to keep it as, laser focused on the topic at hand, which is the concept of the need for, us to go back to, kind of the Wild West at this point, because these people know that they have more rights than you. They know that they can exploit this justice system and just get their way, and they won't really get anything. While I was at work today, I was just looking at this woman, this freaking ratchet weave wearing slut, just go into a jewelry store and just so brazenly just grab stuff and just put it in her bag. And this is Florida, so we're a bit harder on the theft, for now. But at the same token, I can't help but feel it's because this chick is it's because this chick was so brazen about it that she got in trouble. Don't get it twisted, we're hard on theft here, but I've noticed that Florida is a bit less hard on Spanish illegals for some reason. They're a bit less hard on Spanish illegals. And the woman in that place was a sister. If you know what that means, shout out, And listen, I'm not one of these nibbles out here saying, oh, they got us down, bro. The Hugh White man. No. F that. I don't really care about skin color and stuff like that, but there is something to be said when you do see, freaking Spanish people doing the same crap in it's not making headlines as much. So I'm not saying that because, listen, like, you know, diversity and stuff like that, the news is woke as crap, so I don't know, there's like complications going on with that. But at the end of the day, what I'm trying to get at is this, right? The blatant, like, just lack of concern when doing crime is astronomical now. Like, no one gives a rat's arse about showing their face, about being captured and stuff like that. They're doing it in front of people, and it's just like, it's just like what the heck is going on? Why are we not allowed to do anything? Why is it to the point where if I see evil, literal evil staring me in my soul, if I kill the bastard, if I beat that sucker within an inch of his life or something like that, I'm the one that's going to go to jail. He has the ability to sue me. You know, I'll tell you when I really knew that this was crazy, because even before it got like this bad, back in high school, all right, I heard about this story, and still it's just like, it's like ingrained on my brain, right? Like, I don't know the exact article, but I remember the details of the story. Well, it's not a story, it's an article. It actually happened, right? A guy sprained his leg while breaking into a home, and he sued the people who he was robbing, trying to rob, because he didn't rob them, because he was trying to rob them. And he won. How is it possible that you are illegally... Oh, great. Everyone's deciding to ride by now. I hate the hood. Nah, I despise these people. I really do. They're just blatant, ignorant arsewipes that are just around here. I can't wait to get out of it. I'm sorry about that. But, yeah, like, he sued the people that he was robbing, or at least attempting to rob, and won. And that's just insane to me. And, like, that's when I just knew that this justice system is just... It's just a complete joke. There's just no real ifs, ands, or buts. It's a complete joke, and anyone that tells me otherwise is a freaking... They just don't know about it, or they're just willfully ignorant, and they like that, they think that they can get away with it. Because that's really all it boils down to. Because right now, the reason why no one does anything is because they're afraid of the consequences. But it gets to a certain point where when people see this crap enough, they're just not going to care about the consequences. You know, they're just going to defend themselves, and they'll just deal with it. Yeah, because like I said, you want to know how to end this crime stuff? I'll tell you how to end it right now. Give every citizen the ability to smoke criminals, and they don't need to appear in court. There you go. Give us the Wild West. When everyone is strapped, people watch their freaking arse. They watch their step because they know that they could get got. Oh, well, I got a piece. You better back up. Everybody pulls a gun on you. Okay, let's say that you do kill this guy. You think you're getting out alive? You're in no position to barter. Like, oh, sure, you got this random person, and people are selfish as crap, so don't get it twisted. Yeah, sure, you can try and kill that hostage if you want, but you still dying. Everybody should, in my opinion, just go back to carrying, you know, pieces. Just pack some heat. You know, we need to make it legal for you to just pack heat wherever you are. Whether it's at jobs, you know, schools, daycares, wherever it is. Because people are going to say, oh my God, what is wrong with you? This is why the America is such a cluster. Oh, no. Mm-mm. It's such a cluster because you hear about these instances with mass shooting. And then guess what? The reason why the mass shooter was able to do that is because no one could stop him. This is not some freaking anime where you can dodge bullets and stuff like that, and you think that you're like John Wick. You're not going to freaking roll somebody with a pencil. The only way that you're going to stand a chance is when you are somewhat on the same playing field. That's one of the biggest reasons why these cocksuckers in law enforcement try and tell you that, oh, those are weapons of war if you have like an AR-15, and yet these cocksuckers are coming at you sometimes with M4s. How the heck is someone going to tell me with my semi-auto that I've got a weapon of war and this bastard has an automatic? He has access to tear gas and all kinds of stuff, SWAT uniforms and stuff like that. If I try and get my hands on that, I will be investigated. I will be put on a list. They will watch me. They will watch me. But meanwhile, this cocksucker can have stuff ingrained on his guns like you're effed. You know, like, headshot kills and stuff like that, the amount of people that they killed with the gun, they can carve that in the gun, but, you know, that's fine. I'm sure that sucker is just here to protect us, yeah, sure. Protect the state, maybe, but not us. That's really what it boils down to. No fan of cops. You know, I am no fan of cops by any means. I've always said the only reason why we need as many cops as we do is because they've taken your ability to defend yourself. And all cops are a reactionary force. You know, like, they show up after the problem has happened. They're just a cleanup crew. You know, if somebody's killed you, they killed you. Sure, they can, like, go hopefully get the guy. But depending on who it is, they just might get away with it because cops kill people all the time. So, hey. You know, if he's a cop, he might just be able to say, hey, fear for my life, and there it is. But the only way that we're going to fix this freaking country in relation to these goddamn immigrants, I know I said I'm trying to be laser focused, but I ramble a lot, so, you know, my mind wanders. But the only way we're going to fix this is, like, if we go back to, like, Wild West. I'm dead serious. Give every state, every citizen, the right to bear arms. Get rid of this goddamn gun control crap because these libtards honestly think that criminals, a person who breaks the law, that is what a criminal is. If you pass gun laws, do you genuinely think that a criminal is going to obey the law? It's like logic does not work in a libtard's brain because they've been so brainwashed by the freaking school system. Like, they just don't think. And they say, oh, well, where are they going to get the guns if we just confiscated the guns? Do you realize that illegals are in this country? Do you realize that illegals smuggle... Sorry, my throat. God dang. They smuggle drugs. Do you genuinely think that they can't smuggle guns? Really? You think that they can smuggle drugs but can't smuggle guns? You have no idea. People have no idea just how, like, deep crime syndicates go. Like, they really don't. And they have the gall to tell people who are willing to do the research, who are willing to, like, observe things and, like, be aware of the state of their world. They tell you that you're the crazy one, that you're paranoid and you don't know what you're talking about. And I just always laugh at that because it just proves their idiocy. It just proves how stupid they see the world. It really does. And I really think it's going to take some very unpleasant times. Some very, very unpleasant times to really get people to, like, realize crap. Don't get it twisted. Like, I think it's happening, but it's not for the reasons that it should. It's mainly happening because people who have lived a very cushy life and whatnot, and they may pretend like they haven't, but they're really starting to see, like, how difficult life can become, considering that they're letting in, like, these freaking illegals who are gang members in other countries, in this country, and now they're over here getting knocked out, you know, getting robbed, their houses are getting squatted in, and stuff like that, and there isn't anything they can do, and it's only because it's affecting them that they care, you know, it's only because of that. But I think, again, it's going to take really hard times to, like, really show this, you know, but even then, I don't want things to just go back to, like, the way that they were personally. Like, I want people to have a lot more rights and more freedom and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? I think people should be allowed to be a lot freer. Like, this society that we've built, where we're just constantly in debt to the state through bills, through taxes, through all of this crap. It's just, it's ridiculous. It's just ridiculous, you know. We need a better way. But one of the ways that we have to get back on track, in my opinion, is literally, like, we need to be allowed to defend ourselves. Like I said, I don't really care about this country, because this country doesn't care about me. But I care about my life, you know. And if I was getting robbed, or my family was getting threatened by some, like, illegal or something like that, and then I was told, because listen, I may be in Florida, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't happen. Listen, it doesn't mean that, like, even if you're in some of these states where, like, they're very pro-gun, you can still end up going to jail because they'll say, oh, excessive force. It really boils down a lot to the dumb arse judge that you can get. You know, it just boils down to that. So, like, the sheer fact that you can go to jail for excessive force for defending yourself makes no sense to me, so. Yeah, like, we really just need to get to the point where everyone is strapped, everyone's packing heat, so that these criminals can get the idea that, okay, choose to do that if you want to. But if small business owners can just choose to smoke your arse, then I really think that's going to make a lot of people think twice. I really do. Is it going to fix it completely? Probably not. But it's really going to be a nice start. And we really have to get started, because I don't know how long we've got. You know, like, I know that people hear that and they're like, oh, it's going to, everyone says that, you're just some dooming bastard. Listen, I'm not saying it's going to happen overnight. I'm not saying it's going to happen this year. But something's coming. Okay, something is coming. I don't know how long this can remain. Like, you can't vote this away. A lot of people are just saying, oh, once we get this cocksucker Biden out, you know. But, like, listen, the fact of the matter is this, okay? No matter who you have in the office, they don't give a rat's arse about you. You're nothing to them. They pretend to care, but they don't care. You know? They don't care. If they really cared, in my opinion, right? Taxes would be dang near non-existent, for one. Like, at most, they wouldn't be a percentage of your check. They'd just be like, you know, a small portion of it. Not percentage. You know, I mean a portion. Like, let's say like $5, $10 out of your paycheck. Compared to the goddamn percentage that they want. You know. And also, the cost of living would be regulated. I do think that the cost of living should be regulated. The fact that you can be in a neighborhood like where I am and you're paying all this money, like, God help you if you're in California. I don't know what to tell you if you're in California. Like, I don't understand how you could possibly be told that you need to pay $2,000 a month to live in that crap hole of a I'm sorry, I'm not mistaken. It is a country. California looks like it's its own country right now. With the sheer stupidity of that state, like, they might as well be their own country. You're seeing a whole libtard country over there. They really should make all libtards just go to California so that they could see how awesome what they're voting for is. They really do. They really do. The funniest thing about that is, like, when they do have them over there and they do get robbed and stuff like that, they don't want to say, like, when someone's black or, like, when they're an illegal immigrant. They just say that, oh, they have certain features and stuff like that. It's like they try to, like, dance around the speech. Kind of like how you kind of got to dance around the algorithm here. You know, with the term, say, little hat people or, you know, mustache man, stuff like that. You have to dance around the algorithm. Well, those people have to dance around their words too, because they don't want to make it seem like they're racist. It's like, do they not realize that they, like, walk themselves in corners? Do they not realize the stupidity of their own beliefs? When they have to essentially admit to themselves, they have to, like, walk around stuff. It's just really funny to me. But yeah, we have to go back to the Wild West, man. We really do. People need to be allowed to be strapped at everywhere, whether it's church, you know, a daycare, especially stuff with kids. You cannot tell people that they must send their kids to school, and then the school doesn't even have armed security for the kids. Like, mass shooting shouldn't be a thing. You know, that sucker should get shut down, like, immediately. Like, security should be, like, trained. There should be, like, trained security, like, trained in firefighting for, like, certain environments. I don't see why we don't have the proper training for that stuff. Oh god, it's a stupid call. I don't know, but I think I'm kind of just, like, rambling on. I'm gonna link the video that, like, got me in the mood to, like, talk about this stuff in the description, so you can understand what I'm talking about, because California is just insane. Chicago and California are just going out the pooper, and New York. Those three states in particular are just, yeah, if you're in them, you need to find a way to get out, man. I'm dead serious. If you gotta call a hated family member and beg them suckers to, like, get you out of there, you really just have to, because you're playing with your life at this point, man. You're playing with your life. So I'm gonna go ahead and conclude this. Hope you enjoyed. God bless. I'll see you in the next one.